Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
This is a Supreme Court judge, obviously. I'm sure you guys have all heard.
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Not sure I can answer that question right now.
That's okay. We'll just keep going.
Sorry, Senator, I cannot answer that question. Well, thank you for the question, Senator. I'm not a pilot. So, again, Senator, I'm not a pilot. I don't want to guess on that, Senator.
Now, you've been nominated.
Yeah. You heard that right. You heard that right. Two folks who couldn't answer what should have been simple questions that the Biden administration nominated. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
So the Biden administration has made a practice now for over 2 years of picking federal judges based on the way they look, based instead of their competence. And the confirmation hearings for these judges are as painful as you would expect they would be. Ketanji Brown Jackson famously said she can't define a woman, and yet she's somehow in the Supreme Court. Another judicial nominee in Washington state couldn't explain what Article 2 of the Constitution is. Wants to be a federal judge. And then there's the latest, a guy called Cato Cruz. It's Biden's nominee to a federal judgeship. How did he do in the hearings? Well, here's a clip.
Tell me how you analyze a Brady motion.
How I analyze a Brady motion?
Yes, sir.
Senator, in my 4.5 years on the bench, don't believe I've had the occasion to address a Brady motion in my career.
Do you know what a Brady motion is?
Senator, in my time on the bench, I've not had occasion to address that, and so it's not coming to mind at the moment what a Brady motion is.
Right. He later guessed it must have something to do with gun control because President Reagan's press secretary was called Brady and he got shot and his wife became a gun control advocate. Right. So this is not a small question to miss. The Brady that Senator Kennedy referred to emanates from the Supreme Court case that requires government to turn over exculpatory evidence to the defense. That's the core of our justice system. By the way, that's the rule that DOJ violated in hundreds of cases of January 6th defendants. This
Allegedly.
guy who wants to be a federal judge had no clue what it was. That's a deal ender right there. No, you can't be a federal judge. Sorry. Go do something useful with your life. You can't be a judge. You probably will be. Ned Ryan is CEO of American Majority. He joins us tonight. Ned Ryan, thanks so much. I don't know what is going on, but when...
Now, I'll be honest. I didn't know what a Brady motion was either. But should I have to know? I'm not a judge. You know, so like when this is something that is your job, you should know this stuff. You should know, especially when you're being pushed to be at such a high level by this administration. They want you in such a high position and you don't know what I would think would be basic for judges.
they start, look, it's fine if you have flaky sociology professors or administrators at Stanford or whatever, who cares? But airline pilots, heart surgeons, and federal judges, like, why are we allowing this?
Well, I think this is the entire point for progressives. I mean, you have a judge that doesn't know Article 2 or Article 5 of the Constitution. This gentleman that doesn't know the Brady motion, the Brady rule. Again, as you pointed out, where hundreds, if not thousands of Americans are being denied this basic right because of their political views. Well, there are a couple things going on here, Tucker. First, they are diversity hires. They're hoping to skate by on their skin or gender or sexual preferences. But it really does highlight that the Biden administration, whoever's actually running it, is putting up activists masquerading as judges because the whole point is to get more votes to rubber stamp the left's social and political agenda. But even more so, Tucker, as you think about progressives, they've always viewed the Constitution and the law as obstacles to be avoided, but even more so, maybe dismantled. So why would you even bother knowing about it? Because you're not going to pay attention to them anyway. And the whole point of progressivism from day one until today is to dismantle the original intent of the Constitution, separation of powers, and all these other things that were put in place by our founders. They don't care about them. They don't want them. So why should you bother with them? Because you're never going to implement them, because they're more a series of suggestions that you're trying to avoid.
Well, here's why. Because if you don't have the rule of law and equal application of the law, you don't have civil rights. And I thought they were for civil rights. So I don't know why people like Lindsey Graham vote to confirm judges who don't know anything about the Constitution. Like, what?
Well, first off, Lindsey Graham is a Democrat in disguise. Definitely a rhino, for sure. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, this guy is just absolutely unbelievable. And I haven't even been diving into politics for very long. It's barely been a year. Barely. And I can see through Lindsey Graham's BS. That guy is a joke as a Republican. Absolute joke. Him and Mitch. They both need to go. They both should be voted out. Absolutely. I don't even care if Kentucky voted for a Democrat. Don't care. Get Mitch out of there. Send a strong message. Yeah. Listen, desperate times call for desperate measures. If voting for a Democrat, if that's what it takes to get Mitch McConnell out of there, to send a strong message to the establishment, because listen, and you guys can chime in on your opinion on this, for the folks like Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, and obviously Mitch McConnell, I think it would send a very, very alarms-ringing message to the Republican establishment that sides with the Democrats if Mitch McConnell was completely voted out and they voted in a Democrat. I think the establishment would cease to exist immediately once that happened. Once that happened, it'd be done. It'd be over with. But that's just my humble opinion. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section.
Is this?
Because from the very beginning, progressive statists have been the enemy of basic civil rights, of the rule of law, of property rights, of all these things. And over the last 100 years, it's like their colors are coming out more and more, and it's getting harder and harder to hide that. But this has been the whole point of progressivism from day one, Tucker. They have no intention of any of these basic rights. Their goal is the administrative state, and quite frankly, ultimately, it's power, authoritarianism. And so the Constitution and the law are to be disregarded. They will make of them whatever they want them to be to achieve whatever they want. The point is not the original intent of the Constitution. The goal is not the rule of law. It's whatever they can make them to be to achieve what they want. Right. And here we are.
We're so mesmerized by watching them tear down our institutions, we don't think enough about what they're going to replace them with. And we should.
Authoritarian.
Brian. Exactly. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. We're so mesmerized about them tearing it down that we don't really think about what they are going to replace it with. Good point. Good point. This administration has been so worried about skin color, sex and sexual preferences than actually being able to do the job. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And they accuse Republicans of being the ones who care about race and sexual preferences. As far as I'm concerned, Republicans are saying, hey, we don't care about that. Let's stop talking about it. Let's actually do business. Let's actually get some people in here that can actually do the job. I don't care. Listen, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, if you're trans, gay, queer, whatever, if you can get the job done, and you can do it well, the way that it's supposed to be done, you're hired. No issues. No issues. As far as I'm concerned, that's the way the Republicans see it. If you can actually get the job done, I don't care if you're black, white, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny, gay, straight, trans, lesbian, whatever. If you can get the job done, you're hired. Instead of Democrats saying that, they say, oh, nope. We don't care about your work history. We don't care about testing you to see what you actually know. Are you part of the trans community? You're hired. Are you black and a woman? You're hired. Oh, you're Mexican? Come on. Come on. They care about everything else except for actually being able to do the job. That's all that should matter. Why should it matter that a person is black or somebody's a woman or part of the LGBTQ community? Why should that matter? The only thing that should matter is getting the job done and being able to do it well. And as we've seen, this administration has done nothing well. Nothing. You know, it's kind of funny how whenever you ask a Democrat why they're Democrats or why do they support Democrats or what have Democrats done well so far, they never have an answer. Never. Ever. Almost ever. Have an answer, or at least a good answer. Some of the answers they're not Republicans. That's not a good answer. Like, what? You ask a Republican the same questions, we've always got answers. We've always got an answer. Maybe not always. I'm sure some people don't know why they're Republicans, but for the most part, because there's always outliers. It's funny how that works, huh? One side doesn't even know why they support their side. The other side knows exactly why. Quite interesting. I think that says a lot. But what do y'all think? Y'all let me know how you felt about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.